Uh, Introducing yourself, and then you can get going.
It's crazy hot in here.
Sorry.
But, okay. Since a lot of you guys don't know me, it's probably best for introduction. My name's DiRienzo, and like I said, a lot of you guys don't know me. I'm not a big part in SA, because I've been focusing on different organizations myself. And actually the most important reason that I didn't become part of SA is because I tried, like really hard. When I was in high school, I was the president of my high school class, okay? And I came in and I was like, I want to get involved. I want to try all these new things. I went to SA, I was like, I've done so much stuff. Like, how can I get involved? And they shushed me away. First semester freshman year, I was like this little tiny freshman, right? Even shorter than I am now. Crazy, right? But I come in and they're like, no, sorry, you got to kind of know somebody. I was like, well, that's a bummer. Let me try next year. So I come in my sophomore year. And I'm like, I got these crazy ideas. Let's hold these big events. Let's do all this cool stuff. And I got the same response. Just like, you just can't get involved. If you want, you could join a club and then do it through these clubs. And I was like, man, but I want to do something. I want to benefit the whole school, not just my club. There's almost 20,000 of us undergrads. Like, we could do something, and I have this energy. Like, let me help. And again, just pushed away. So I took that energy other places. I work at Subboard. Some of you guys might have seen me working up at the ticket office. I'm there every day. I'm also part of Alpha Kappa Psi, one of the professional business fraternities on campus. So I put a lot of effort there. And it's been rewarded because our Alpha Kappa Psi chapter is recognized as the Northeastern region best chapter. Out of 30 chapters that are in the Northeast region, Buffalo's been the best in the last 2 years, and that's because, well, not mainly because, but I've been on e-board, and I pushed really hard to work for that. So it's not like I haven't been doing anything these last couple of years. I've just been focusing on stuff other than SA. So that's a little bit about myself. But I want you guys to come out of here with just two ideas, because you guys are obviously spectrum writers. That's what you're involved in. But more than that, you're a student here at UB. So there's two parts of you, right? Spectrum writer, just a student. And out of that, let's talk about the spectrum. Because you guys work with SA. And like I said, I haven't been part of SA, but from what I've heard, there's a lack of transparency. And it's obvious. Because even when I go upstairs to get information, I can't. And I'm running for president, right? I go up, I asked the finance department for a balance sheet. Just something simple, a list of assets, liabilities, stuff, how many vans we have. She looked at me like I had three heads. And you're working the desk at finance. If a regular student can't go up and ask questions for, they're getting paid for this. You're getting paid for a position that you can't help the student body. So there's something wrong there. Either you shouldn't be getting paid or you should be empowered to actually get the information and work for that. And that's what I want to supply. I want to supply complete transparency. I've grown up with one phrase that my grandpa taught me a lot of stuff before he passed away, but one of the best phrases he taught me was to live your life so that you're comfortable selling the family parrot to the neighbors. And I like that. I love that. Like, there's nothing that we should be doing. There's nothing that SA should be doing with any money or any funding or any backdoor deals or anything like that. Everything that we know should be the students. We got elected to those positions. The students are paying us to do the jobs if we're there. There should be complete transparency, not even a question. When I went upstairs and asked for information and it wasn't available, I thought there's got to be something wrong with that. Obviously, you could go to Subboard and get all that financial information. It's a process. You have to pay for the documents. That's not right. Now, if I'm an MVP party is in that position where we could be president, vice president, treasurer, we want to make that all available because that's what the spectrum wants. You guys just want information from us. But with that comes responsibility, and we don't want to interfere with anything you guys are doing. SA obviously buys ads from you guys. We buy papers from you guys. We buy subscriptions from you guys. But that doesn't come with us telling you what to put in, us telling you how you should spin your articles. That's complete ridiculousness. And I've heard in the past that maybe some of that is happening. SA people talking. No, it's not like that. We give you guys money. We want to be part of the spectrum in any way. If I'm up there in the presidency office, my door's always going to be open to you guys. Because like I said, if we have a parrot up there, you guys should be able to talk to him. But let's eliminate the parrot. You guys could just come and talk to me. That's most important. But if you guys now, that's the spectrum side of things. Complete transparency. When we're talking about students, now, I've been here for 3 years. I'm a junior going into my senior year. And I feel like I've worked so hard, and I've put in a lot of effort going to events and doing all these things, studying really hard, taking a lot of courses, and I feel like it's time, everybody does that, and it's time for them to be rewarded for that. Like, how many schools say that? We reward our students. I think UB could be a game changer in that sense. We can reward our students. How? Give them stuff that they want to do. A lot of the reasons there's low turnout in SA events and stuff like that is because people will find a way to do what they want to do. I've always believed that. If you have a test the next morning, it doesn't matter. If there was a free Lil Wayne concert and you had a test the next morning, you will find a way to go to that Lil Wayne concert, guaranteed. If you like Lil Wayne or Baha Men or whoever. But you will be there. People find a way to do what they want to do. And the fact that there's low attendance at events, that there's poor turnouts, that clubs aren't getting the additional members that they should be getting, is just a way of saying that we're not doing what people want to do. We're not offering those services. We're not giving them enough funding to get those services. Something needs to be changed. And that's what I want to do. I want to have events. I want to have, how many people, I work in the ticket office, at least 20 times a week, people come up asking for Sabres and Bills tickets. How isn't this just automatic? We should have a set of tickets. Make them available to the students. Even, imagine we get 10 season tickets to the Sabres games, right? Sell them at a discounted price. Will we break even? Maybe, but that'd be a hard-earned $1,000, say. Say we bought the tickets $25 a piece, sold them at $20. Yes, we take a loss, but I would give that up $1,000 for 10 tickets to 41 home games for students to enjoy. I do that every day. Reward our students. Reward you guys. We work hard. We're all here. We're here for 4 years paying money that, God no, we don't even have that money, but we're paying it. And we should reward each other and put people in that position to reward ourselves. Not just the people who are in the SA clubs, not just the friends of the people who are elected, but every single student. And that's my dream, that's my vision for next year, and hopefully you guys agree. Now I'd like to open up for questions. I mean, it's short, but...
About 40 seconds.
Yeah. Any big questions that you guys have for me?
Yeah, I want to ask, how do you think your major applies to the position you want?
Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, but I am an accounting major, but also economics and math. And in that, I know a lot of things to do with numbers. That's 3 different areas that you could look at the same numbers and tell 3, 4, 5 different stories. So I'd like to be able to apply that, especially my finance and accounting background, into being able to do being able to do more with less money. Actually, there's some other schools that have done some certain things. If you look at similar sized public schools, you look at like Kansas State, Pittsburgh, Iowa, they have higher student fees with just about the same attendance, but they have no festivals, they have no big events. But if you look at a school like Penn State, who I think we can start to exemplify, they have cheaper student fees in a much smaller population by about 5,000, and they're able to put on huge concerts, huge shows. They brought in Pearl Jam. They bring in huge concerts that bring in the entire park. In everybody comes there, everybody knows their concerts, everybody talks about their concerts. That's what we should be going for, doing less with more. And I think my background in accounting and stuff will definitely pay off in that area.
Okay, so that's 7.5, but we'll give you the full 4 for your treasurer time.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Okay. So now from the treasurer standpoint, anything, let me put on my treasurer face. Any other questions?
That's another question.
Okay. Your party says they want to abolish a student drinking policy, with more than half of students being underage. Is this irresponsible?
I don't feel it's irresponsible. First of all, the policy that's set up and in place, I feel is very borderline illegal because they're discriminating based on age. Yes, the undergraduate population is younger. Obviously, by definition, it's younger. But it shouldn't be able to discriminate on age. Just because some of us are under the age of 21 shouldn't disallow us to hold student events like that. Clubs and other organizations should be able to hold these events, especially clubs, because that's where a lot of the funding can come from. Hold an open bar event, a downtown club party. Now, this doesn't this doesn't promote underage drinking at all. This gives them the opportunity to allow those who are 21 to drink, which isn't illegal and it is encouraged and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, it's still up to the club. There's still the policy that would be in place where you'd have to have somebody at the door IDing. Obviously, it's not going without saying that we're trying to increase underage drinking. No, we're trying to let the people who legally can drink to be able to benefit their clubs, bring in money for their clubs by holding these types of events that are illegally being taken away from them.
Okay.
Just to be clear, you're running for president and treasurer?
Oh, no.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
So what happened was their treasurer's not here today, so we were essentially allotting him the time that his party would have for it.
Yeah, I'm Ted. Like I said, I'm running for president, but my vice president Caitlin and my treasurer Chang are not here today due to prior obligations. But that's okay. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
We're on the same page, by the way. The 3 of us have worked closely together. We're all part of the same fraternity. Not to say that that's like we're a fraternity party, but we've worked together. We've pledged together. We've done a lot of successful things. Kate's been with me on e-board. That's led AK Side to being one of the better chapters in the region, and so we've worked together. We know how each other works, and that's why we made a party around it. We're not just friends who haven't worked together, who are popular. or something like that. We actually have like limited friends, and we're just going on the basis that we know how to work hard and we know how to get results.
Okay. You say in your platform that you want to revive Visions.
1 minute.
Okay. Do you think there's money in your budget to do that, and is that an effective use of your resources?
Well, I feel like a lot of the reason, I think it's more the marginal benefit, economics major, right? Marginal benefit far exceeds the marginal cost with something like Visions, because so many students come up and have no idea what the events are going on. They'll stand in front of the ticket office just looking at that bulletin board with the magnets we put up, just looking for events that are going on. There should be something, and it's got to be better than the SA website that's up now. It's got to be better. There's got to be some kind of publication, even if it's just a one sheet of paper, front and back, that says these are this week's events. This is what this club's doing, this club's doing, this club's doing. If it's just that one paper, if there doesn't need to be that many of them, you could sell some ad space on there, almost try to pay for itself. And I think if there's any cost or the very limited cost, it's far less than the marginal benefit of actually getting students involved in knowing what's going on instead of having them wander aimlessly through the hallways looking for something to do.
Okay, and that's time.